Hello everyone, and welcome to what some would say is my first video. Some would say that, not me, because in order to make such a claim, you'd have to completely discount my college production of The Nightman Cometh that my friends and I put on.
Oh boy!
Here's your toll, troll.
You've defeated the evil that was here.
Will I marry you? No.
Big day for independent theater. You know, it honored the source material in every way. But we are not here to talk about myself or the millions of plays I've now been cast in. We are here to talk about movies, and we are here to talk about Project X, possibly my favorite found footage movie ever made, potentially the best found footage movie ever made. This movie is indeed very, very nostalgic to me because it came out in the spring of my 8th grade year, so high school was on the horizon. If anyone were to look for me while I was in 8th grade, well, I could be found in my bedroom listening to Simple Plan or hanging out with toucans and making public claims that I could communicate with them. Let's talk a little bit about the trailer for this movie. I was hooked from the first frame, and by first frame, I literally mean the MPAA rating description. Crude and sexual content throughout, nudity, drugs, drinking, pervasive language, reckless behavior, and mayhem dash all involving teens. Mayhem, yep, I was fucking hooked. I don't think before or since Project X has mayhem been listed in a film advisory warning. One of the many reasons that this film is groundbreaking. The beginning to this trailer is also giving major horror vibes.
Mom, Dad, it's me, Thomas.
He just looks like he's about to do something really bad at a school. Then it says that it's from producer Todd Phillips, and I'm sorry, but I still thought that this was a scary movie. I thought that he was branching out, and unfortunately later he would be. Found footage movies were quite popular during this era of film. We had Paranormal Activity, we had the Spanish movie Record, we had, let's see, Cloverfield, and then like a month before Project X came out, we had Chronicle. And the format of found footage absolutely lends itself to horror thriller, but it lends itself to other things too, and it's about time someone realized it.
My one thing was I went into the Disney Channel building and I sat down with the president of Disney Channel and I said, I want to make history. And that's what this is.
Just to clarify, it was not Todd Phillips who was making history. It was Michael Bacall who wrote 21 and 22 Jump Street. He also co-wrote Scott Pilgrim, you know, like really good movies. Let's get into it. The movie starts with an introduction to the character Costa.
This is your boy Costa, your host for the evening.
And I don't like him. Even if you can ignore the atrocity that is his name, he's just so fucking arrogant and obnoxious and annoying, and I really wish he was not the host for the evening, but he is. So he barges into Thomas's house with just the worst walk I've ever seen. Then he eats some of Thomas's birthday cake, and then he goes upstairs and rubs Thomas's toothbrush and soap while Thomas is showering. This man is a fucking menace.
Dax, my dick is gonna get so wet tonight.
Excuse me.
We then learn that the man behind the camera is this other student, Dax, who Costa also berates for no reason.
He's a fucking weirdo, I know, but he's a solid shooter. He's gonna make us look pimp, and you fucking better.
Dax is played by none other than Dax Flame from YouTube and 21 Jump Street fame. Thomas's parents are going out of town for the weekend, and his dad is like, I know you're gonna have some people over, but don't go too crazy, please, and do not go into my office. He even kicks their family dog out of his office.
Out.
That is just so relatable because my cat is actually no longer allowed in my apartment anymore. He lives in the hallway now. I will not be explaining why. Then they go to school, and on the way they're talking about this party that they're gonna have. They're tired of feeling like nobody's in high school, and they want to do something that's gonna put them on the map, something that's gonna get them laid. Basically, they just want to party and get attention, and I'm sorry, but what is the problem with that? They get to school, and we meet their third friend, JB, and JB is so sweet.
Your parents gave you the minivan? That's awesome. Hey, Costa. Hey, Dax.
We do need to talk about this message that Costa sends out on his BlackBerry, derogatory, to a group chat he has called Epic Party List. Epic party tonight at Thomas Cub's house. Hot bitches dress like it, ugly bitches stay home. And he has sent that to 160 people, which I do have questions about, because how did 160 students willingly give this man their phone number? I have to assume that they didn't. I just checked the weather, and there is a 100% chance that a love interest is en route. Her name is Kirby, and she's giving BFF vibes, she's giving Thomas's childhood friend, you know, she is just your regular gal. But tonight is not about regular gals. No. Tonight is about the girls that they never had a shot at. Tonight is about, as some would say, changing the game.
I want to make history.
The person they really want at this party is this girl Alexis. but they're very worried that she's not going to come because she doesn't know who they are. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't seem to know who Thomas, JB, and Costa are.
Thomas, who's that?
Thomas? Who's that?
Who's Thomas?
Is this that thing that dick in the sweater vest was telling us about?
Finally, someone is speaking out against this man, this chaos monger. Anyways, school is now out, and the boys are gonna hit the grocery store. They're getting supplies, they're getting some alcohol, some red Solo cups to fill up. So they get all their supplies, and they're checking out, and that's when something big happens.
Holy shit, dude. It's Miles Teller.
And it actually is Miles Teller. Yes, that is fucking cinema. But he's not playing Miles Teller, the actor. He's playing the Miles Teller that plays second base at USC and bangs teachers during detention and is really into attending places that have unlimited high school pussy. Ugh.
My tail, what's cracking, bro?
Oh no. So they're freaking out over Miles Teller at the grocery store, which, you know, same. And they invite him to the party, but he's really not having it. He kind of just wants them to leave him alone. But then they're like, please come by. It's on Dickens Street. And he's like, wait, Dickens Street? That's your party? You guys are throwing that? That's where I'm headed.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy, bro. That's my party. I mean, I'm Thomas Cub. It's my birthday today.
Oh, this is now a red carpet event.
Teller, bring your mitt, we'll play catch.
No.
Round of applause for Miles Teller, everyone. So the last errand they need to run before going back to Thomas's is to pick up some of that marijuana, some of that giggle lettuce, some of that I'm walking into the grocery store and they know. And at one point, Costa says the N-word.
I think the school gets it from. This is wholesale, Nick.
Okay, Jeffree Star. Their weed dealer goes by T-Rick, and he's this gun-loving ex-military guy.
Love to go to the range with you sometime, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, it is not. It is also most certainly not a good idea to steal from this man, which is exactly what Costa does. He takes this garden gnome that he finds in the house. When T-Rick finds out, his reaction is very normal and reasonable.
Fuck, Costa! Give me back my fucking gnome!
And this is what us in the biz call the Joker walk. And anyone who participates in this activity, ooh, they are not to be trifled with. Now, why is this gnome so important to T-Rick? We will find out later, because it is a bit of an overreaction to losing a piece of garden decor. That being said, I do have this Cousin It beanbag doll, and if anyone dared to take this from me, the tale of revenge would be biblical. Get your own fucking Cousin It doll, okay? There are a ton of them out there, but don't expect to find mine, because it is in fact one of a kind. Okay, so they get back to Thomas's house, and that is when we meet the security that Costa has hired for the evening, and I have to assume that these two boys took the night off from protecting the president because they're fucking serious.
Are those nunchucks?
Yeah? You guys look like ninjas. Ninjas are fucking pussies.
Like, that is a child.
That's an ugly, pimply bitch!
Side note, me as fuck when I was like 11 filming myself doing trampoline tricks. So it's 9:20, the party has officially kicked off, but unfortunately the only people to arrive so far are the DJ that Costa paid and Kirby. And this is just not evoking the cool party that they wanted this to be. What it is evoking is that episode of Nathan For You when he starts a party planning business.
Do you speak French, or is it just the accent you do?
No, I speak French.
That's nothing like a party.
Thomas is now in a bit of a spiral. He's pacing around, he's overthinking everything. I've had many a nights like this. It is not looking good for him, but then there's a noise.
Hey, whoa.
What is it?
It's a car. It's another car. The gals roll up to save the day like the fucking Avengers, okay? Are they on time? No. But what they lack in punctuality, they make up for with insane levels of organization, precision, and dare I say militance. It reminds me of that Michael Che bit where he's like, all we need to stop ISIS is an army of all white women.
ISIS is mine now. Syria used to be sketchy, but now it's pretty chill.
And it was then that the music department of this movie were pulling their hair out trying to make a very important decision. They were trying to decide if, as the gals are walking up to the house, they set it to ripped audio of Michael Che talking about Syria, or Beamer, Benz, or Bentley by Lloyd Banks. And I think that 100% of people will agree that they made the right decision.
Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Your scheming don't affect me. I'm fresh, I'm fly, I'm so damn high. More than 500 horses when I roll by.
The soundtrack to this movie, oh my But it's so good. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Dude, we've done good.
The music supervisors for this movie be like, I'll show a list at the end of like all the songs in this movie, but for now let's just let it unfold in the way that its makers doth intended. Let's experience this work of art in its purest and truest form.
What up, baby girl?
So the party is now in full swing. DJ Jesse Marco is saving lives behind the decks. Real DJ, by the way. Everyone's drinking, they're getting down, they're having a good time, they're dancing, except for the security guards because they are on the clock. Hey. Hey. Oh my god, would you look at the time. It's time for a white trash party.
Better watch out now, 'cause here we come. And we ain't stopping until we see the morning sun.
These party sequences are so good, and there's much better ones incoming, but like, none of this would work if it was filmed too professionally or too sloppily. They found like the exact right middle ground where it just feels very real, and the movie would also not work if the soundtrack wasn't good, but it is, so it does. This movie is an experience, it's not a story. Not everyone gets that. Oh, and Alexis, she's here. She is on site. There are some questionable people starting to show up at this party, like Thomas asks who this guy with the mustache is, and Costa, who I guess knows this man, is like, oh, that's La Rosa, he graduated. Thomas then catches a group of people attaching his dog to helium balloons, which I do suspect is a hobby that his father already has, because A, we know how he treats that dog, and B, where did you get that set up? I don't think these people just brought that from home, you know what I mean? They probably found it in his garage because this is something that his father does regularly. Oh, I just figured out how to switch to 4K. We are leveling up every single day. Another thing that's leveling up is Thomas's cortisol levels because there are people in the house. This was Thomas's biggest rule for the party. It was also his only rule for the party because remember, he didn't even think people would show up. So in his mind, like the worst case scenario would be if people did show up, they would try to get in the house. I'm sorry. It's gonna get a lot worse for him. You might be wondering, how did security let this happen? Are they not good at their jobs? And stop that. Stop it right now, okay? I will not tolerate such defamatory statements. They are seriously understaffed. They are under-resourced. Keep in mind that they are used to operating on a team of 300 people. So as Thomas runs inside to kick everyone out, that is when Miles Teller pulls up in this like fuck-off party bus as Salt and Peppa's Push It plays.
All right, welcome. Welcome, party. Welcome.
Did someone say Glee? More on Madam, aka Baroness, aka Her Majesty, aka Aristocrat of the Millennium, the one and only Sue Sylvester, at another date in another video. Let's get back to the party. So Thomas is now really into climbing on top of kitchen counters and yelling at everyone to get back outside. But that is when he realizes that Alexis is right in front of him, and she's like, yeah, Thomas, you're so cool. And then Miles Teller enters the kitchen, and he's like, yeah, Thomas, you're so cool. He also says birthday boy on the table, that's what I like to see, which... does he want him to strip? Thomas is like, oh my god, I can't embarrass myself in front of these celebrities. So he gets back down. Out in the front yard, yeah, the world's best security team is getting put to the test. A neighbor, Rob, is at the front porch demanding to speak to Thomas, but like, you cannot just barge backstage and demand to speak to the headliner. That is not in the rules of civility and decorum. It is not proper etiquette.
First and last name, please.
I'm Rob, the neighbor. Who the fuck are you?
Sir, you are not on the list, and I don't like your tone.
I'll ask
Exactly.
the question,
Get the hell
sir.
out of my way.
He tells Thomas that it's time to shut the party down, his wife has to work tomorrow, his baby can't sleep, and if they don't shut the party down, he will be calling the cops. But do not forget that we are dealing with the most elite security detail in the world, okay? Like, they have trained for this, they are prepared.
Fine, fuck it. I'm calling the fucking cops.
You better watch your back, neighbor Rob, because you have just made a very powerful enemy. Footage of yourself sucker punching a minor is not a movie you would want the cops to see, okay? I would know. So the boys are back in the clear. They're dancing, they're having a great time, and then Alexis just takes Thomas to school on how to do a body shot. Yeah, it's looking good for him. And it would not be ideal if Kirby saw this, because you know her and Thomas are old friends. They've kind of always like had a little bit of a thing for each other, but nothing's ever happened. But she doesn't see it because she is actually busy playing beer pong with La Rosa.
You gonna ball?
Yeah, man.
Let's do this. On, dude.
Cool. And you might be wondering right now, what is security up to? And the answer is doing their fucking jobs. After the incident with Rob, both parties have now committed some pretty serious crimes, so Costa was like, hey, just keep an eye on him. The one who got punched radios Costa, but Costa can't really hear what he's saying, so he walks out front onto the street, and that is when the security guard says, the subject is arguing with an overweight woman, most likely his wife. She wants him to call the police. He wants to handle it himself. He's drinking. They're in the kitchen. So they're in the kitchen, but where is he? Well, he's in their house, of course.
I'm upstairs. Kids are asleep. Over.
Kids are asleep. Over. Also, I'm beyond obsessed with this, like, Morse code signal that he sends out from Rob's window. Costa is like, dude, you gotta get the fuck out of there right now. And he's like, okay. So he sneaks out the window and then meets Costa on the street. Or at least that's what he would have done if he wasn't the most serious security guard of all time.
E, get the fuck out now!
Negative. I'm a ghost. Out.
Yeah. So the party's continuing, and the reason why it's continuing is because we live in a free country. While taking a break from hanging out with La Rosa, Kirby runs into Thomas. They really haven't hung out too much since the party started, so they go upstairs for a little check-in, a little debrief. Obviously, this area could not be more secured, but unlike neighbor Rob, Dax is on the list. Kirby gives Thomas her birthday present to him, and it's this old childhood photo that she framed. It's quite sweet.
This is before Costa.
Yeah, the good old days.
True. They're on the bed, he's a little bit drunk, there's a certain energy afoot. He makes a move. The acting in this scene?
Was that weird? I'm sorry. Shit, that was weird, wasn't it?
No, it's a little weird.
Fuck.
I'm also obsessed with how the crowd starts booing right as Thomas and Kirby start hooking up, which it is for a different reason, but I'm imagining that they can see what's going on upstairs and they're like, hey, she is just a regular girl. Tonight is not about regular girls, it is about the dream girls. It's about Alexis. Stop this madness right now. The crowd is booing because outside, yeah, there is an absolute crisis.
Get in the back now! Hey, what are you over there? Get in the back! Cops are coming! Hurry, let's move! Move it, let's go!
And this scene pisses me off a bit because why are you booing the emergency response unit for keeping you safe? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, the plane is actually going down. Would you mind securing your oxygen mask? Do you need any help? Boo! 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 Get out of here! Shoo! Eventually they do listen, and everyone gets in the back except for our security guard because, yeah, he is hiding in the front yard in a bush with a taser.
Law enforcement currently on scene. Standing down. For now.
Okay, Art of War. JB is in the back shushing the camera as if we're the ones making noise, and my guy, I am being quiet. Okay, I understand how serious this is. Please do not shush me. Everyone's in the backyard quiet maxing so hard that the cops end up leaving. Ooh, and it is time for you guys to focus because we are about to get one of the most iconic scenes in cinema history.
To the break of dawn, yo!
I was just reading about how this moment shifted the tectonic plates. The cultural significance of this scene, the sheer relevance, it cannot be overstated, okay? It is in the Criterion Closet, it registered on the Richter scale, and if you thought we were even close to done with it, scene that this week people are taking the lyrics to Pursuit of Happiness and really holding space with that and feeling power in that. I didn't know that was happening. I've seen it, yeah. Some of the reckless behavior and mayhem that we were warned about is in fact starting to happen. But for now, everyone please put your hands together and welcome back to the stage the Garden Gnome. The gnome is getting passed around, and then Miles Teller, who let's not forget plays college baseball, has an idea that truly revolutionizes the party, dare I say American history.
Throw it in, you're nice and low.
That's right, the gnome is absolutely filled with the mood stabilizing agent lamotrigine. JK, it's ecstasy. Okay, whoa. Sorry about that. Anyways, Thomas has retreated to the bathroom where he is filming his goodbye video that we saw in the trailer. It is very Trisha Paytas crying on the floor coded. Thomas is having a full-on panic attack, so Costa does what any good friend would do and pressures him into taking drugs. The thing is, Thomas has every reason to be freaking out because downstairs there's a little person getting shoved into an oven. But he's not really freaking out because ecstasy, so whether or not there's a person stuck in an oven is just not a concern. And also DJ Jesse Marco has just dropped Heads Will Roll. Okay, I love that pretty much everyone at this party is now having a really good time. They are letting loose. With the exception of this woman, she came to play. She had an agenda. She's performing this like it's an audition or something. I think maybe she thought that Dax is like a legit videographer who could take her places, and I do think that's true, but I don't think it would be places that she wants to go to. Anyways, let's see what security is up to.
It's crazy out there. I haven't seen Tyler in an hour.
The thing is, if I still had a flip cam, the content would never cease, okay? I would be in my bathroom every day just saying anything. The employees at Applebee's won't let me move to Kansas. And this is one of my favorite moments, so let's all get grounded really quickly. Let's plant both feet on the floor. Let's close our eyes, and let's just really take a minute to feel the earth beneath our feet.
Cool room.
Thanks. It's a bit messy right now.
So it's your birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Who the fuck picked the music for this movie? It's so good. It's so tasteful. Who was like, oh my god, how did you get in here? Get back in the hallway. But yeah, who was like, this kid is gonna have Despicable Dogs Washed Out remix on his iPod? Like, that's so fucking cultured. It's so tasteful. The soundtrack to this kid's loneliness was fucking electric. The songs in this movie just had a huge impact on my taste in music and really kind of became the soundtrack to my adolescence. And not just like the specific songs, but like the domino effect that came with getting exposed to all these different artists and genres. Yeah, I don't know. It just really fucking spoke to me and hit me in a place that, not a ton of movies have. Just from looking at the YouTube comments from, you know, this song in particular, which isn't a huge tune, but it's just clear that this movie, like, hit other people too. So it's your birthday, yeah. Gaspar Santana 2774, we see each other. Project X, anyone? Gracias Project X por esta canción, la llevaré siempre conmigo. Okay, worldwide. No one is going to read this, but I broke up with my GF some months ago, and I did shrooms the week of my birthday, lying in bed thinking about what to do with my life. I started peeking and crying tears of joy with this song because the message of the shrooms was that everything is going to be okay. You have yourself, and that's enough. Okay, holy shit. I think maybe we just end the video here because, like, truly what else can be said? From all of the Project X songs, this one is particularly blowing out my nostalgia as fuck. It reminds me of when I was 17 with a full bunch of friends, not caring about the future, no responsibilities, no money problems, only living in the moment. This is something I will never experience again. Yeah, I don't really want to start crying right now, so let's get back to the movie. Let's get back to So It's Your Birthday.
So it's your birthday.
Yeah.
She's really dumb. It's a really good scene, but I'm gonna need everyone to brace themselves, okay? It's about to get really bad for Thomas.
Thomas.
Kirby. Fuck off! I'm sorry. Hey, Kirby.
Thomas! What the fuck?
Absolutely what the fuck, okay? The damage is done. Just stay there, okay? I really fear Thomas has lost the plot on what tonight is really about. And I really do think that the unsung victim in all of this is Alexis, okay? She just got ditched by someone who's frankly a charity case, and now she's getting sexually harassed by a 12-year-old.
Would you like a hand with that?
What? How long have you been in there?
The door creak. He really needs to do his job because downstairs, all hell is breaking loose. Indoor fireworks are now being set off, which absolutely meets the qualifications for reckless behavior and mayhem. There's also a man out on the front sidewalk just revving his motorcycle, which meets the qualifications for annoying. Thomas chases Kirby down the street, and I really don't think there's a need for her to be running this fast. She's like 3 houses down across the street, and she's still running at like full speed. You gotta catch me. Fucking cat behavior. He does catch up with her, but she's really not having it, and of course she sprints away again. Thomas has now fumbled the baddest bitch at his school and the love of his life in the span of 5 minutes, so way to go on that. He is now in his incel era and is walking back into the house where things have just taken a very dark turn. I love how as the tone of the movie shifts, the music gets creepier too. Like, that song is scary, but it's also a vibe. First of all, I love halftime, so jot that down.
Oh, Alexis, are you having a good time?
No, I'm leaving.
Alexis has a quality that a lot of people don't have. It's called knowing when to go home. Like, why are you skulking in the shadows? Please just go to bed. Thomas is just really in the trenches right now. He realized that he has like 1 million missed calls from his dad because his snitching little rat-faced neighbors have been calling him. He's been spending way too much time inside where the vibes are like a crack house from Breaking Bad combined with your father calling you nonstop. Worst combination ever. Outside, however, a much different story is being told. Okay, obviously that's Thomas who's standing on the roof, but I just started cracking the fuck up imagining that it's that girl from before. She's just standing on the roof like... The movie just takes an insane turn and becomes a full-blown slasher. I'd support it. So the boys are now on the roof and they're just staring out over this sea of people, which seems to be stretching as far as the light touches.
Is this big enough to be cool?
Well, yes! The fucking news shows up and then everyone claps while chanting Thomas's name. First time that sentence has ever been said and it's actually true. Like, this is a very sweet sentiment, but let's not lie. And also, how the fuck is him being obese relevant? Why would you call him out like that? Thomas is now adrenaline maxing and he's all like, look at me now, bitches. My party's the shit. I got a haircut, which I think anyone watching this will probably agree was much needed, but I do need to apologize for the continuity error, okay? It's very unprofessional, it is very uncouth, and let's just move past it. The mayhem is now escalating at a rapid pace, and our favorite security guard has retreated into the back of someone's car. He's just in the backseat of this car, with his flip cam like this, just, really sharing his experience and really getting vulnerable in a way that I don't think we see much of anymore. And when we do see it, I just think that should be cherished and I think it should be celebrated and I think we should strive to get that back. Anyways, the cops are now on site, but the teens are absolutely not having it. The teens are actually so powerful that the cops do make an initial retreat. They come back with a SWAT team, but it's nonetheless, really impressive. The news reporting is like, oh my god, this is the craziest party ever, this is mayhem, this needs to be stopped. And the cops at first are kind of like, calm down. They're white. Let's just let them do their thing. That does change, though, when we get into domestic terrorism territory. It turns out that T-Rick, remember him? He still really wants his gnome back. Side note, out of curiosity, I googled movies about gnomes, and every single one of these looks like a masterpiece, and I would love to watch them and maybe talk about them, so... stay tuned, I guess. Back to T-Rick. He has actually showed up to the party in full Juggernaut glam with a flamethrower as an accessory. And he is not afraid to use said accessory, okay? He is setting fire to the rain. He is setting fire to the neighborhood. The cops' response to this is very interesting to me. They're like, hey, show me your hands. His hands are in flame-repellent mitts. They're like, hey, drop it now. It being a flamethrower. I shit you not, the most that they do to this person, to this attacker, is fire rubber bullets at him.
Police are now firing rubber bullets.
I'm trying to wrap my head around the thinking process behind this. These rubber bullets probably won't penetrate the multiple layers of Kevlar, but we should fire them anyway. That way we'll be sure. In the officer's defense, The level of threat is still really unclear at this point, okay? And it is just certainly nothing in comparison to the horrors of, I don't know, a male nurse or a woman in a car. One of the rubber bullets does hit T-Rick's gas canister, and that is the story of him. And then, yeah, pretty much the entire neighborhood is just torched at this point. Thomas's house is gone. The neighbor Rob is less interested in evacuating his wife and child and much more interested in standing in his front yard yelling about a tree. His conduct has just gone unchecked for far too long, so luckily our boys provide that for him. It's pretty much curtains for the boys at this point. The sun's rising, and they retreat to their high school bleachers. I can just think of a million places I'd rather go. Okay, our main trio is passed the fuck out at this point, but our security team is not. They are up, and they are plotting.
We wait about an hour to make sure he's asleep, then we make our move. We'll go into the back, break Rob's door down, and torch the house. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very John Wick, it's very Baba Yaga, it's very Denzel, it's very Jason Statham. Like, all of these people would not be an unfair comparison. Actually, it might be, because I do have a feeling that if in John Wick 1, Keanu was going up against these two, 2, 3, and 4 would just not have happened. A Project X sequel that's just them terrorizing Rob. The HBO series spinoff where Rob's family finds out what happened, so they hire a hitman to track the boys down, but then it finalizes in this big bloody climax in like a nightclub in Slovakia. These are all things that I would watch. The boys win the final battle and they eliminate Rob and all of his loved ones, but then the child grows up, okay, and she is hell-bent on avenging her parents, okay? She spends her entire childhood training with the Yakuza. It's a beautiful, bold, bloody commentary on revenge and its consequences. Unfortunately, Costa thwarts what could have been the most epic action franchise of all time.
As a wife and a baby, you're not gonna burn his house down.
Whatever.
What about our money?
The house is trash. You're the worst security ever.
A Project X sequel that is them collecting on the debts that they are owed. They hack into Costa's family's bank accounts and transfer it to an offshore. I'll stop. Thomas goes home to meet with his father, who is initially super pissed. He's like, "Son, what have you done?" "Papa, I'm just having fun. On the roof in my heels, that's where I belong." But then when Thomas tells him how many people were here, how much clicks, views, and engagement it got, he's like weirdly impressed, dare I say proud. Ooh, and then at school the next day, yeah, the boys are absolute celebrities. Intro by the XX. Yeah. Surprised she didn't sprint away, honestly. So Thomas and Kirby have a little heart-to-heart.
What you did was really not cool.
Debatable. Anywho, he apologizes, she forgives him immediately, they kiss and make up, and yeah, he gets the girl, and he calls cut. And that, my friends, is a wrap on Project X. So what did we learn from this movie? What are the key takeaways? Plot doesn't matter so long as you have a good soundtrack. Fleshed out characters don't matter so long as you have vibes. And regardless of any impending consequences, everyone should experience at least one good night of like really good partying. When it comes to the philosophy of partying, let's just get heady for a second. I think Charlie XCX said it best, as she does most things.
You know, I get lost in this like fantasy world, and for me, it's such a huge source of, inspiration for my writing that if I cut that off, it would be like cutting off a limb.
No, of course.
You know, and I would be so sad. I would be so unhappy if I wasn't able to kind of absorb all of these different people and feelings and moments.
She's a modern day Plato. There is also a fucking video of her talking about Project X in an interview for Wuthering Heights, a movie I will also be going to bat for.
You know, one of my favorite films of all time, Project X, really is up there for me. And I mean, I think that the soundtrack for that is great. There's this like really good Kid Cudi remix.
I can hear the one you're talking about.
Like, it's all connected. It's about time you people understand that. I also love that in an interview for a gothic drama, she's like, yeah, Project X is one of the best movies ever made. They're like asking her favorite parts about working on Wuthering Heights, and she's like, don't really know what to say. Don't really know what to say about that one, but have you heard of the Kid Cudi remix in Project X. Okay, I'm editing right now, and I found out that she has multiple unreleased songs based on this movie, one of which is called Project XCX. Like, that is my girl. Project X is fucking brat. As promised, here's the official soundtrack for the movie, so just soak that in. I'm also looking to commission like an 8-foot by 3-foot canvas of this, so if you know anyone, please let me know. I was also quite curious about one thing, so I broke into a local finance place and crunched some numbers. 26 minutes of this movie are just songs at like full volume with barely audible dialogue or plot happening, which out of the whole runtime is about 20% of the movie. And I honestly think it could be more. Where this movie shines is when there's just music blasting and like dance montages, and the stakes are just like situationship drama or a broken window. There was simply no need for them to be like, oh yeah, and the entire neighborhood needs to go up in flames. Like, it's a very forced finale. Ironically, that goddamn flamethrower sequence is like the most boring part in the movie. I don't know, keep it grounded, keep it raw, keep it real. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about the seismic event that was this movie. I definitely want to do like deeper analysi on more serious movies, but I thought it would be fun to start with a silly one. Okay, looking at my little list, like none of these are serious. There's a couple Black Mirror episodes that I really want to talk about. But yeah, I love horror, I love drama, I love silly camp, I love trash with an atmosphere. So if you have any suggestions, yeah, drop them in that comment section. Also, if you have any emo yet weirdly hopeful stories from your youth that are just simply littered with spelling errors, please drop that in the comment section too. I also make electronic music, which I'll link below. I'm no Jesse Marco, but take a peek. And if you're not one of the like 8 people following me on Letterboxd, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Okay, get with the times. Okay, bye.
This kind of music, use it and you get introduced it whenever you